Alright, hello and welcome to the fifth and final subpool, where we have some familiar names and some very procrastinator people, Feathers and Splinter. But let's see how they get on. Up first we have Insane Asylum up against Duke Slayer. Insane Asylum bringing the Deathticles, which are big old Terran, balls with some guns on them. With a little luck, they'll manufacture plenty of supplies for future generations. And then we've got Duke Slayer over here with a Sentinel ship with an abundance of cannons of various sizes, and he's got these here melee spikes all over his hull. Melee spikes, which are nerfed by the tournament mod, can still lead to intense amounts of hilarity. Cannon, 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 cannon. As one of the Deathticles goes down. There was an update recently that changed the cost of the Sentinel armor, which is why Duke has two colors pretty predominantly in his ship. The white is the melee spikes, or the white armor is melee spikes, which the armor plating would have the same color, but he's not using any because it's too expensive to justify using. His core hull is that reddish color, which gives him the T-bone steak aesthetic, which I can appreciate. So that said, the Deathticles do a considerable amount of damage with all the bullets and whatnot that they've got. But I think HP is going to win the day. And there it is, round 1 in favor of Duke Slayer. I don't know how much different round 2 could go. I guess if both of the ships are more adept at focusing fire early, and I think that's the match right there. Ladies and gentlemen, do not headbutt melee armor. Even though it is nerfed, it is still melee armor. I do not recommend headbutting it. And yeah, the vasectomy has been completed. And Duke Slayer wins the match. So next up we have Insane Asylum up against Splinter. And Splinter's bringing these black and red monsters with, you can see they've got proton swords and a lot of forward thrust, so they're going to be trying to get into close range. It's a homogeneous fleet. And they're nice and black for maximum visibility. And normally I don't discredit the value of protein swords, but I think they might end up having some range issues here. And Insane Asylum's ships are no slouches. But then again, as soon as I say not to discredit protein swords, I discredit them, and then they prove me wrong again. And there's more than enough time for one of his ships to pull this one back. Oh shit. Ah, it's so close. And Salem Asylum takes round 1. I guess turns out I was right about the range of the proton swords. It turned out to be a problem. So maybe I do know shit, and I just think I don't know shit. Who knows? Right? Forking intense. Just remember, ladies and gentlemen, spooning often leads to forking. Yeah, Splinter seems to be having a difficult time handling the balls here. It's, I don't know if it's lack of experience or just unfamiliarity with the size, but you can see Splinter's definitely having some size-related issues. And Insane Asylum wins the match. So next up we have Insane Asylum up against Owl Feathers. Owl Feathers is bringing a bunch of these little light guys that are from his Esoteric Order of Valkar, which are, hyper stacked. You see he's got a couple of flaks on each of these and some missiles, and this guy's got a little defense cannon. He's gonna be very brave. Don't be brave. And yeah, I gotta admit, Insane Asylum's balls are pretty good. Yeah, Insane Asylum does absolutely have blue balls, but they seem to be generating ejecta pretty efficiently. However, you know, they are just kind of like spraying it everywhere, though. I'm sure it's gonna leave a mess. Yeah, Al's doing alright, but Insane Asylum's balls do have the advantage. I think Al had one too many to drink, and I don't know if this is necessarily legal. You know? It's like Insane Asylum's just sitting there, just like, come on, baby, just take your pants off, you know? Not recommended. Yeah, I mean, imagine the momentum that balls this large would have to carry. That's a significant amount of kinetic energy. Gonna be some impact there, you know? And Insane Asylum takes round one. No, I don't have 10,000 views, so I can't monetize anyway. Yeah, Owl's definitely got stamina though. I will give him that. He may he may struggle in the size department, but he's definitely got the stamina. And if you look, he knows how to move. It's pretty impressive. Yeah, I don't know why I'm scary. I'm at a loss here. And Salem 7 takes the match. So next up we have Duke up against Splinter. Splinter was very worried about this match, and understandably so. Melee armor plus heavy reliance on protein swords leads to that kind of situation. And Duke Slayer takes round 1. It's like they're bullfighting now. Just waving the cape around, and when the bull shows up, stepping to the side. Hey Alex, how's it going? Some very unfortunate things happening in Splinter's fleet here, but Duke Slayer takes the match. And next up we have Duke up against Feathers. And Feathers, I think, is going to fare a little bit better. Duke's projectiles are pretty slow. I think they're going to have a hard time regularly connecting. But as you can see, Duke is putting up points pretty quickly, and 1 or 2 good hits is all it takes to disintegrate one of Owl's ships, or 1 collision with the melee spikes. I, for one, am a big fan of the wedge design. It's served me well. And Duke takes round 1. Yeah, Quan's fleet is pretty scary, as is Drill's. And I'm willing to bet, Owl, if you ask the pilots and captains of their ships, they weren't intending to ram, but because of the dimensional warping inside their ships, it looked like they had a clear path, and they just didn't. I'm sure that's what happened. Alright, have a good night, Alex. Thanks for stopping by. And next up we have Splinter up against Feathers. Which... yeah, I think that means Insano Salem and Duke Slayer should be advancing though. I don't know that there's much either of these can do at this point. But Splinter does tank round 1. The protein swords are very dangerous, especially to little guys. Yeah, protein swords was originally a mistake. I called the proton sword a protein sword once, and then chat went apeshit with it, and so that became their official name. But there we have it. Duke Slayer and Insane Asylum are advancing, so thanks for joining, and hope you have a good one.